What's up, guys? Learning with Rich here, author this Learning 101. My name is Richard. So, for today's topic, I'm going to teach you how to place a view reference in your project. All right? So, that is what we are going to do. So, this topic has something to do on my last topic, duplicating views, specifically the duplicate as a dependent tool. All right, so I'm going to show you this time how to place a view reference. Okay, so basically, what is the view reference? So from the view tab, you will see the view reference here, this one. So what does it say? So it says it adds an annotation indicating the sheet number and detail number for a selected view. So for dependent views, which is what we are going to do later on, a match line can indicate where a view is split, and view references indicate the sheet numbers and detail numbers of the dependent view. So I'm going to show you this one. Alright, so basically a view reference display the view number and sheet number for the corresponding view. So it can also be placed on any standard project view except a perspective view, and you cannot also place that on a schedule or a sheet view. So to place a view reference on a 3D view, let's say for example, the view must be locked. Okay, so that you'll be able to place a view reference. So a view reference is just a symbol. So you can actually create a view reference family in the family editor. But for this exercise, we will be using just the default view reference. So since this is just a symbol, this is just a 2D element. So view reference families can contain lines, filled regions or hatches, text and labels for the view number and sheet number parameter values. Okay, so how to use the view reference. So let's try to open a project here. So in order for you to be able to follow, so let us open here the sample project. So let me click the sample files here. Again, let's just use the simple one, RAC basic sample project. And then I'm going to select open. All right, so this is now our project. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the level one, and what I want to do is I want this portion, I want this portion here, the upper half of this model, this one, I want this to be placed on a sheet separately from this area. So I want two sheets that includes this one and then these objects here. All right, so I'm going to place that to the sheet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the view using duplicate as a dependent. So I have discussed duplicate as a dependent on my last exercise, so you can refer to that one. So to do that, you can right click the view that you want to duplicate, and then you can select here duplicate as a dependent. There you go. And then I'm going to duplicate again. Right click, duplicate as a dependent. So for my dependent one, let me just rename this. Let's rename this one. I'm going to call this, um, what's that? Upper side or whatever is that. Whatever name that you want. So upper, or how about horizontal? Horizontal. Since this is horizontal, this portion here, and then the other one I will call this vertical. Okay, right, so I now have two dependent views here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to crop my level 1 horizontal. So I want to show only this portion here, this portion. So to crop this, to hide this portion here, the below portion, I'm going to make sure this is turned on. So make sure this is on, and then make sure this is on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this, and then I'm going to crop it. Okay, just like that. let's crop this. All right, just like that, and just like that. Here as well. All right. Okay, so I do not want to show the section, so I'm going to click the section, right click. I'm going to hide it by category so that it will hide all the sections in this view. Okay, so what else? So I do not want this one. I do not want to show the crop region. After I have used it, I'm going to hide it by unchecking this one, hide crop region. All right, so it's now hidden. So it's now clean up. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add here a match line. So from the view tab, there is the match line tool. So a match line indicates where a view is split. So as you can see on the illustration, so they put a match line there and then they put it on the sheet. So the match line basically indicates where the view is split. So I'm going to select match line here, match line, and then I'll just click here, this one, from here to here. Okay, and then I select your modify. And you can also nudge this. You can click that and then you can use the arrow on your keyboard up and down to nudge it to the location where you want that to be placed. So for example, approximately I want it to be here. And then I'm going to select here, check to finish it. So this is now my match line. Now I want to edit the match line. So I'm going to open the visibility graphic on the right, and then I'm going to look for annotation categories. Let's look for match line. Where's the match line? So this is the match line. So I'm just going to make that, let's say, colored red. I want to make it uh, the line weight. I want to make it thick, like for example 10, and then I want it red. All right, then just select OK. There you go. Then I select OK. All right, so I am going to turn off the thin lines here. Okay, oh, it's too thick. All right, so let me edit that again. So how about 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. The weight is 5. Okay, and then okay. All right, so yeah, something like this. So this is now the match line. Now I'm gonna do that as well on my level 1 vertical. Double click. Okay, so as you can see, there's the match line as well in this view. So I only want to show this time this lower portion here. So again, make sure this is turned on. Make sure this is turned on. And then let's crop this. So I'm going to hide it. Something like that. Alright. And then I'm going to move this up to here. Up to here. There you go. Alright, so that's my match line there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn off the crop region. There you go. I'm gonna change the thickness of my match line again. So I want it more thicker. How about 8? 8? Okay. Alright, so that's my match line. There's my horizontal, and then there's my vertical. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is um, I'm going to create a sheet here. I'm gonna create a sheet. Double click the sheet. Oh no, do not double click, just right click and then create a new sheet. And let's say I'm just going to put it on A3 title block. So I'm going to select load, A3, and then I select your OK. And then I select your OK. So I now have my A3 here. So I'm gonna rename this one, rename. So I'll just call it, I'm not going to change the number, just the name here. So this is my, for example, horizontal plan. Okay. Since this is my horizontal plan, I'm going to drag now my horizontal plan here. I drag, there you go. Nice. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate again. Oh, sorry, not duplicate. I'm going to create another sheet here. So right click, new sheet. Right, so I'm going to use A3 again and then OK. So this time, let me rename this again. Sorry, right click, rename. So this is my vertical plan. All right, all right. So that's my vertical plan. So I'm going to drag this here. All right. Okay. So that's now the view. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is how do I indicate the match line here? So how do I indicate what is the elements, okay, behind these lines here? Okay, so how do you let the person knows what are the details below this match line here or above the match line here? Okay, so what are the details? So that is what we're going to do. So we are going to let know that what is happening on your drawing. Okay, so how to do that? Then you just add reference here. This is now the view reference. So if you click this one, so I'm gonna click this, there you go. So I'm going to reference it, okay? So what is the target view, okay? So the view type here is related view. So I'll just select related view. And then the target view is level 1, okay? So this is now my uh, view reference. So I can put it here. So it basically shows here the sheet number and then the detail number. Okay, so the sheet number and then the detail number. So I'm gonna pick one here. There you go. And then I'm going to select here, modify. All right. So if I go to my um, 102, which is this one, plans A102. All right. So as you can see, it reference to that one. Okay. So it reference to that one, detail number 1, and then sheet 102. So that is what happens after we place here our uh, view reference. Okay, so if you want to change that one, so I'm gonna click this and then I'll delete. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select view reference again. So this time around, instead of using the level 1, which is this one, the floor 1 level 1 as your target view, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here, since this is horizontal, I'm going to change that to vertical. So I select vertical, and then as you can see, it updates again. So now it shows A003 as the title block, and then sheet number 1. So if I'm going to click it here, so I want to indicate that view below, the view below here, okay, so it can be found on sheet A003 and then the detail number is 1. So if I'm the user and then I have saw this detail, I'm going to open sheet A003, which is that one. And then as you can see, there's the detail number. So it depends on how you want the information relayed to another user. Okay, so as you can see, this is now the view. So on the level 1 horizontal, so meaning to say I just want to tell relay to the other user, to my team member, that the elements below this match line can be found on sheet A003 and then the detail number is 1. So I'm going to open A003, which is this one, and then that's the detail number 1. So meaning to say these are the elements or these are the other half of that floor plan based on this view reference. Okay, okay, and then that's what you do as well on level 1 vertical. So just double click that. So since this is vertical, so make sure the view reference here is set to horizontal. Okay, and then you put it here above. Okay, and then select here modify. Oh, sorry. All right. So meaning to say, the elements above this match line here can be found on sheet A002 detail number 1. So you can go to that sheet A002, which is this one, and then detail number 1, which is this one. Okay, so as you can see, there's your reference, your view reference here, and then you can also see that on your other sheet here. There you go. So basically, that's how you use your uh, duplicate as a dependent in conjunction with match line and view reference. All right, so it's just referencing. All right, so this is how you relay the information to your other team member. All right, so hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, just put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.